Pat from Nerdy Inc.
And
We are
Alex
s-
from Nerdy Inc.
We are streaming Titanfall. Alex, and you got to update the Twitch page.
I already did.
You already did. You're so good at your job. You're so good at your job.
Right.
All right. Well, they had a new update, so this game is now dope. Hang on, why isn't it popping up? I might have to turn down something. One second. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have to play this game.
You have to.
Yeah, or else you're gonna fire me.
Yep.
How about this? All right, look at this bullshit, right? So they released this gun for this update. You get it for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the R100. Look at the R200.
Can you share your Skype screen with me? Oh, you are, and I didn't have it
You're
open.
so bad at your job. So now, I mean, take a look at this though. Do you notice anything different about, or anything similar about these guns?
They're all black and tan.
I literally hate you. Look at the stats.
Oh, they're all exactly the same.
It's the same gun. Like, they didn't change it at all. Like, this one has a scope on it, but you could take the scope off. So it's like, why? Like, what was the point? It's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they did that, but I'm just pimping out a little bit. So you can actually take the scope off of it. So it's just the same exact gun that I had. All right, let's do their little dance thing here. It's double XP. Alex.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
That was great.
It was so good.
A wonderful, wonderful surprise.
Oh my god, what a surprise. And it was such a surprise that I thought it wasn't real either.
Yeah, well, because I didn't know about it the day of. I found out about it Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. I was like watching it like when they announced it.
And so I was like, is it real or is it a prank? And no one was giving me an answer out of our friend group that we have on our friend chat. And so it took a while, and eventually I got an answer that it was a new episode and it was not a fake out.
You know, very real.
So that was cool.
Oh, damn it. This is Titan versus Titan. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Rick got everything he wanted. Spoiler alert. Which I'm, like, someone posed the thought, like, that might be just like, we might have watched a fake. Like, Rick believes what happened, but it's a fake.
Uh-huh.
Just because, like, it seemed like Rick got everything he wanted. Like, that was, like, finale level stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. It's like, did he really do all of that and, like, succeed in every aspect? And now, like, what? Like, are they just gonna start over? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's interesting because it's sort of like they can have their cake and eat it too, in that they can now do more fun sci-fi adventure stuff, but it's not like a hard reset. Like, they all have issues.
Right. It's interesting because I know they previewed one episode and I've seen a clip of it already. And give it a quick shot. With Pickle Rick. Like, they explain, like, that how, like, Pickle Rick is, and they showed a little clip of it. So I know that happens, which it seemed like it wasn't a big deal. Ooh, sorry, a little busy at the moment. But it seems like there's a lot of wacky adventures, but they just, like, did away with all of the tough stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting lag. Why? Cool.
You're being engaged by multiple Titans. Charge plasma railgun.
Really didn't want to play last Titan standing.
I don't know anything about what you're playing. I'm just watching you shoot stuff.
Yeah, it's basically just like a mech.
Hover to evade.
I'm gonna die. Oh, that was the last one. To me.
Aw, look at you. You're doing stuff.
I don't like this one where it's like last mech standing. Or it's like last Titan. They're called Titans, but.
Destroy all enemy titans.
We got really beat last game, so. Adding.
Multiple enemy pilots attacking. Recommend temper traps to slow the enemy.
Dang it. Oh, let's try this out. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea.
Moving in to engage enemy titan.
So what else we got?
Sorry, do you see what I'm doing? You think I'm cool yet?
I see that guy spinning a spinny shield. Are you? And I see a guy, a big robot with a. Oh, you're pulling out like a battery
Yeah,
pack.
give it to my guy now. Take this, you crazy bastard. Oh, that was a bad guy.
You done messed up, son. So explain to me, because I know while we're still on Rick and Morty a little bit here, what's all this whole fan theory about ever since the Jerry daycare episode?
Oh, I don't think that's a theory. I think they kind of proved that in the thing. Did I send you that video?
Yeah, the North Star's almost done.
I don't know. I know we talked
I
about
didn't send you
it.
that video. That
Did
guy
we? If we
actually-
talked about it on stream, but I don't remember if we talked about it on stream or not.
Oh, I thought we did, but you were like, I don't. At the time, you didn't watch it. So yes,
I have no idea.
I will explain it.
Half time.
And you can watch the video on it that explains it in depth and shows you what happens. So okay, Rick and Morty go to Jerry daycare to drop Jerry off. At the time, you like notice like the ticket number. Like if you read the ticket number, the Rick and Morty that we know, we'd stop following. We follow a different Rick and Morty that glows to Blitz and Chips. I don't remember the episode in depth, but in their universe, Mr. Poopy Butthole exists, right?
Yeah.
So we follow a different Rick and Morty that follows Fart, and what happens is, so like Rick shows up and Rick gets Rick gets the rocks, the moon rocks, right?
Outnumbered by hostile titans.
So when Rick gets the moon rocks in the very, very next episode, at the beginning of it, Rick is actually throwing out the moon rocks. That's where the parasites come from.
Oh.
Yeah, so once he does that, because you can actually see the parasites on them if you look at it well enough. So
Oh,
once
now-
you do that, like Mr. Poopy Butthole exists. That's why the opening cutscene, like where Mr. Poopy Butthole is there,
Yeah.
that really happened. Mr. Poopy Butthole was on all of those adventures because this is a different Rick and Morty that we've never followed.
I'm gonna see if I can find the video.
It's a really well done video.
Sustained severe reactor damage.
Rick and Morty. Do you know what it would be called?
It's
Video?
like the mystery of the ticket.
It's called what?
So like it's like Rick and Morty, the mystery of the ticket.
The Secret of.
Yeah, that's what it is. It actually shows you what happens in it, and that's why I hated Mr. Poopy Butthole for a while. I was like, all right, this show is really smart, but like, why did they do that? And I was like, wow, you are 20 times smarter than I even thought you were, and I thought you were really smart.
I'm gonna see if I can, if this is, I don't know if this is the right one. Oh yeah, there's Jerry Daycare. Oh yeah, and there's the thing. Alright, well I'm gonna drop it in the chat regardless and
Definitely well
right
worth a
way.
watch. Whoever made it did a very good job. And like, I never knew that, and I don't know if they confirmed it or not. But it definitely makes complete sense. So I don't think it's weird.
We have been defeated. At least it is
All right.
over.
Well, I'm not playing Last Titan Standing because I don't like that game. Ghost in the Shell is flapping.
Shocking.
Have you ever seen the original?
I fell asleep when I was watching the original. I started watching it and I fell asleep and I woke up and watched the end and I was like, okay, well, I've seen enough.
Because I don't know if it's any good. I never seen it, but like from what everybody says, it's really good. So like, some people were talking about like the casting of it. Like they're like, why did they choose Scarlett Johansson? It's weird. But honestly, I feel like it was one of those things that like, well, why did you even make this movie? Like the original, I don't know, to me it's like one of the, I'd never seen it, but I know it's very well respected and like people really like it. Why did you feel the need to remake it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, people know about this thing. We should make more of the same thing, because that's all Hollywood ever does ever. It's just make the same thing over and over. So, I'm not surprised they made it.
Yeah, it's just like weird. I mean, I'm glad. Well, I don't want to say I'm glad it's not working out. I find Scarlett Johansson overrated. I'm sorry, Scarlett. I know you tune in every week, but I said it.
I don't know if I can abide that claim.
What?
She's pretty great.
Okay, what is she great in? Name like 3 movies, and she can't play the same part. And you know, she can't be like Black Widow in like every movie, because you could say like all 3 of them. You know what I mean?
Under the Skin, her, and the Avengers franchise.
So her, you're gonna count her because I know voice acting wise, she's just a voice. I know
Well, still acting.
No, I know it's still acting. I'll give you that. I think more in the sense of how she looks. I think everyone makes a big deal out of her, and I'm like, chill. There's other pretty actresses. Alex, you see that?
I saw that you jumped on roofs and shot a guy.
Yeah, I didn't do very good at that. Shut up.
I just don't know what's happening because I don't play the Titanfalls. Oh shoot! I was supposed to respond to a text.
Who is it? Oh, speaking of that, do you have a bass amp?
Do I have a what?
A bass amp?
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. A
Yeah.
bass hand?
A bass amp.
Oh, a bass amp. No, I do not.
So you're gonna give me a bass guitar. Realistically, no real way to play it.
That's not true. You can still use a regular amp. It's not ideal, but you can still hear if you're playing the right notes.
Now you can damage
because
your
I assume you're going to be plugging it into a computer and recording it.
It's really not good in terms of like sound quality.
Well, I'm very sorry. If you want the bass or not, man.
No, I'm just saying it's like a ticket. What you're basically giving me is a reason to spend more money, because then I would have to buy an amp, which costs a lot of money for a bass. Yeah!
Well, yeah, but you said you wanted the bass regardless.
I do. I'm just being negative.
I can see that.
I'm very appreciative, but I'm just being negative. But just food for thought.
That's true. However, as someone who is kind of musically dumb, it never really was a necessity for me. I was just like, this'll be enough for me to at least know what the deal is.
I was more confused on why you had a bass. That was really confusing to me.
I have a bass, an electric guitar, and an acoustic guitar.
Okay, why do you have all of those? Why don't you own drums?
Because my parents wouldn't let me have drums because those are loud.
Wait, so You
So I
played
had
the
to
drums,
I had
though, in
to
the band.
I had to store my drums at my band's house.
But you had other instruments. But yet you still tell me you're musically dumb now.
That's true because I didn't take lessons for any of it. I just played them myself, by playing, by learning tabs and stuff, or listening, or learning it by ear.
Yeah, but you still learn.
That's true, but anyone who's professional on any of those instruments, I'm sure, if he heard me play, would just shake his head hardcore.
This is interesting.
Plus guitar, I haven't played it since God knows how long, so I've probably forgotten everything about how to play like a handful of chords and like some songs that are just power chords.
So you could fake it.
Oh yeah, I could fake it. Oh, I could fake it in front of people who don't know anything about guitar, but anyone who knows music would be able to call me out immediately.
Oh dang! I thought I was gonna land on the Titan. This is bad. Whoa, this is so bad. Oh.
So I got a question posed to everyone, you specifically,
Okay.
but anyone that wants to chime in can chime in. So my birthday is in a few weeks.
Okay.
It's on a Friday,
Okay. Good day.
and I want to hang out with one friend in particular,
Is it me?
Zach from the Let's
Wow.
Play. Well,
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
well, you don't live near me. If you were to come down for my birthday, it'd be great.
Wow. Woodle.
So here's my thing, is I want to eat steak and watch Star Trek. That's legitimately would be my ideal birthday.
Okay, you have a very easy wish.
I do. But here's what's difficult. I can eat steak and simultaneously watch Star Trek, but it's a steak that I made myself.
Okay.
Alternatively, I have a gift card to a really, really, really nice, really, really expensive steakhouse. I got it as a gift, obviously.
That's
how
usually
you
how
get
gift cards work.
Yeah. And I can go there and get a really nice steak, but then I can't watch Star Trek at the same time.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, here's why it is true. Because it's a nice enough steakhouse that I couldn't, set up my
Okay, you've already thought this all out.
my phone or my tablet or anything, and I can't get it to go because that particular steakhouse is far enough away. You know how long the subway is to my apartment. It's about a half-hour ride.
You're definitely in a bind.
So do I get the nice steak and just say I'll watch Star Trek later, or do I make my own steak and watch Star Trek at the same time?
Well, that's
And do I want to waste my gift card on my friend?
Oh, you be paying for Zach.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say, here, Zach, come with me to this expensive steakhouse, that I don't have to pay for, but I'm gonna stick you with your own bill.
I didn't
Nah,
realize
that's-
Zach was going as well. I thought it was Zach was gonna meet you later.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm not gonna eat alone at the steakhouse.
If Zach
on my
goes,
birthday.
then no. If Zach meets you later, I would say do it. Does that
All
make
right.
sense?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to just eat by myself. I like having communal dinners.
Yeah, no.
And
I
like,
see those
and
okay.
I'm okay with doing a lot of stuff by myself. Like I go to the movies by myself all the time, but something about having a nice steak dinner, I want to enjoy my steak with someone, so we can talk about how great it is that this animal died for my pleasure.
So, I guess with that then. I don't know.
What?
I'm just trying to think. I don't know. I feel like you're in a good spot.
This is what I'm mulling over. I know this is quite a. It's not really a big problem.
Pilot on board. Welcome back.
I don't want to be this thing anymore.
You don't like your Titan?
No, this isn't my main.
Did you play the first Titanfall?
Not like. No, I would say no.
So I was just gonna ask what makes this one so much better than the first one.
It's way more. There's way more to it. Way more to it. For just a prime example, there were only one. There was only really 3 Titans, but they're all kind of the same thing in the first one, and in this one, there's like 6 that do completely different things. Ooh. Different weapons. It's just like it's just a significantly more fleshed out game.
Cool. I
Yeah.
heard everyone liked this game much more than the other games. So
Yeah, the problem is like it's still kind of dead. It kind of died off still. Like there's only I don't know how many people usually play video games, but like there's only like 3,000 people on this.
damn,
That doesn't seem like a lot.
it's a ghost town.
Give me 1 second.
Your Panera. I guess I'm gonna be stuck entertaining the stream while Pat's gone, eating his Panera like a dork. So yeah, Rick and Morty, steak. Star Trek. For those Nerdy Inc. fans out there, you should. I recommend you guys maybe brush up on your Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Guess who's here?
Bosco.
Guess who's here?
Bosco.
Yay! Come here, buddy. You want to see? Here, buddy. Here, come on, bring it. Come here. No. Stop. Stop it. No, come on. Stop playing. We're not playing. We are playing. We're playing a game. There's you. That's you, buddy. Say hi, everyone. Say hello. Alright. Oh. Yes. Keep going. I got to do something. I'm playing a game. Oh god, am I playing?
Yes, you are, but I think it just started.
Sorry. I was making sure he wasn't getting into anything he shouldn't be. And he was actually being an incredibly good boy.
So here's a not an announcement, but more another thing here. We can hash this out right now.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna be going to a Comic-Con in about a month or so. What do we cosplay as?
I mean, I had a really good suggestion.
You did, but so what was your suggestion?
Well,
Say it again.
we had 3 people going, so Nick would be Rick, 'cause Nick's the tallest. You would be Tiny Rick, and then I would be Pickle Rick.
How would you be Pickle Rick? You just gonna get a big pickle costume or what?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, basically, and I'd probably do my face. Like him. I have a friend who can do cosplay pretty well, so I'd probably have. Ooh, that was cool. I'd probably have her build it for me. Cause like if I was gonna be Pickle Rick, that'd be okay with me.
Yes, but at this, so like, I want to be Mr. Poopy Butthole.
See,
'Cause I love
that's
Mr.
fine, but I just feel like
I
that was
love
gonna be harder.
I love Mr. Poopy Butthole. Problem is, I don't know how to do that costume well.
That's what I'm just saying.
because
It's harder because like
Mr.
Rick's pretty
Poopy Butthole is like a foot and a half in height and is very narrow and yellow, and I'm not narrow and yellow.
Pilot is of no threat to you.
So I don't think I could actually do Mr. Poopy Butthole. And then one of my friends said he could be Bird Person, which is fine. That would be hilarious because everyone loves Bird Person. The problem is that costume is it's a hardcore costume because you'd have to make wings, and you'd also have to walk around with no shirt on the whole day.
He's not gonna be Bird Person. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, I know he's not going to be Bird Person, but
He would make a great Bird Person. And you can't
He
do
would.
like Morty. You know what I mean? Like Morty's too easy.
yeah, because like you wouldn't even like. There's no way you could even be able to tell what like unless that person is standing by Rick, and unless the Rick is like a real good Rick cosplay, like he's got like a unibrow and the spiky hair and lab coat. Otherwise, it's just a guy in a yellow shirt.
Exactly. So, and that's why I think, not that Morty's not a good character, but he would just be a difficult
He's not a fun cosplay.
No.
But then there was part of me that just wanted to be a Star Trek thing, because everything I do is somehow related to Star Trek, and that's the whole point of why I'm going, is because I want to meet Shatner and get him to sign my Star Trek.
See, you could do that. I'm not pressuring you to do it. But if I would like to do some kind of, we don't need to do group costume, but I would like to do some kind of fun costume.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like I like the idea also of doing a group costume, but I don't think there's any one thing that is cheap enough and versatile enough for all three of us to do. Like,
Well,
it's
that's
not
why
like
I thought Rick would
like
be good.
yeah. Let me look up. I want to look at a picture of Tiny Rick one more time.
Tiny Rick is literally Rick, just smaller, and because you'd be shorter than Nick.
Battle. Keep fighting, pilot.
Tiny Rick. I feel like Tiny Rick. Let me look up Tiny Rick.
Have you been watching my moves, by the way? Like, kind of been
Yeah, I have.
You don't think I'm cool?
Yeah, see, the problem with Tiny Rick, in my opinion, is Tiny Rick. I'm just gonna be. It's literally the exact same cosplay as Rick.
Yeah. No, of course, that's the whole thing.
But,
Because you could
so,
still
like,
be it on your own, but like, if you were with Rick, you would still be awesome. You know what I'm saying?
True. I don't know. I feel like if you know, if we were to get a good picture of like, here's cosplay, and why are these two people dressed up exactly the same? Like, would Sorry, our friend is in the group chat right now, losing his shit. That's hilarious.
What do you mean?
If you go to our group chat and just look at what Zach is saying.
Why isn't he saying, "Hey, you guys are doing a great stream"?
I don't know. So yeah, that's my hesitation being Tiny Rick, is that I don't feel like it's fun enough and different enough from Rick for me to be Tiny Rick.
That was actually really funny.
Yeah. So that's why I think I'm hesitant to be Tiny Rick.
I mean, I would
But-
be Rick, but
Well, no, if you're gonna be Pickle Rick.
yes, but I feel like there needs to be a Rick.
Yes.
If no one
And-
was gonna be a Rick, I would go as Rick, and then I could just be Tiny Rick. But like if nobody else would be like, oh, he's clearly just regular Rick.
Are you? Can you do a good Rick voice?
I would be pretty embarrassed to do it right now on stream, so that's not a good sign. But I think I can pull it off.
If you were in practice.
Oh, I think if I practice, yeah. But
I put
really,
you on the spot. I acknowledge that.
I don't know. I do it all the time by myself, but that's by yourself. You know what I mean? It's like singing in the shower.
Yeah.
I at least know all his quotes.
All you got is wubba lubba dub dub. What else?
No, there's so many more.
I know, so I'm inviting you.
I mean, you could do
Try
all
that.
the Tiny Rick ones. Literally him saying Tiny Rick.
Yeah, Tiny Rick.
Yeah, Tiny Rick!
Close win. Good work.
Trying to think of the one where he's like, what's his second catchphrase? He's like, I don't give a shit! Yeah, it's my new catchphrase! It's the end of the episode! It's the end of the season!
And season 1, that's it. Well, after this last episode, your catchphrase would be, I have to take a shit.
Yeah, I love that. Obviously, all of the Szechuan chicken jokes.
Which currently has a petition with like 17,000 signatures.
I really think they're gonna do it. Like, I would bet money that they succeed. Because the other thing is, there's another Mulan. They're remaking Mulan, which is why
Yeah.
they made the sauce.
Yes.
So it's all kind of coming together.
But part of me just wants to do Star Trek and be Dr. Bashir because, and here comes my nerdness, I have a red TNG costume shirt. I have a yellow TOS costume shirt. So the only type of costume I don't have is is like a Deep Space Nine / Voyager looking one. And the only color I don't have is the blue / teal science officer one. So part of me thinking, well, this could be my way to complete the trifecta, get the final color and variation, and just be like a Star Trek officer guy.
You could do that.
So that's my logic.
Would be kind of lame, though, don't you think?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm going to be meeting Shatner, so, you know.
That is a big thing. You have more. I would definitely meet the angry video game nerd.
What?
I would definitely meet the angry video game nerd.
Oh, he's going to be there?
Yeah. So I'm kind of like excited because like I knew him when I was like young.
Hey, what's up? JT Money's here.
JT Money, what's up, man?
We're talking about Rick and Morty cosplay. If you had to cosplay as a Rick and Morty Rick, what would you... I don't know, my brain died. What would you cosplay as? Because we're debating if we want to... If me, Nick, and Pat want to cosplay as Rick,
Shit.
Tiny Rick, and Pickle Rick, or something else.
Pickle Rick! Boom! Big reveal! See, I could do it. I just don't think it's that very good.
Yeah, we're gonna. And you can. I have faith in you.
Big reveal! Pickle Rick! I love that. I love this gun.
Make the enemy beg for mercy.
I'm trying to think who else is a character that I love on that show. There's actually a ton of Star Trek in that show. I'm sure you haven't noticed.
No, I've noticed a decent amount of them and I forget them now. Because I'm just into like, honestly, like I'm a crazy Rick and Morty fan, so I like knowing just like everything. I'm not gonna remember all of them now. What were some of them? Or at least tell me the episode. Maybe I can guess.
The biggest one is in the episode, I forget the title, but it's like the Collective or the Hive or whatever.
The hive.
And there's like the group one.
Is it because of the hive mind in Star Trek?
Basically those characters are exactly like the Borg. Like they look exactly like the Borg.
Okay, they look like it.
And the
Doesn't
Borg
say.
is a collective hive mind species in TNG and Voyager. So that's cool. And then in the first episode you see a Ferengi just chilling. So that's cool. There's a whole bunch of Star Trek. And it's great because Star Trek is great. And everyone should watch that. You should watch Star Trek.
No.
But don't you want to understand all my jokes?
No, I kind of like not.
You like not understanding jokes.
I like not understanding your jokes. You're you. And
I
that
want to
way...
live.
What?
I want to live.
What?
I'm saying I want to live.
Is that from the show?
See, this is what.
Oh,
See,
it is
if
from the
you,
show.
yeah, if you had watched the episode, season 1 episode, The Enemy Within, you would know that that's evil Captain Kirk.
See, I bet I
Because
read that, so you sound like an idiot whenever you tell me, so we never have to talk about it.
but I'm still gonna talk about it
Yeah, it's just a
because
lot harder.
you never know what person in the chat is gonna be like, "Hey, I get that joke."
I'm talking about like regular real life. Whatever you do in the chat, this is your chat. This isn't mine.
I want to live. And then he gets angry. He goes, "I'm Captain Kirk." And Evil Kirk has eyeliner on because it was the 60s, and that was the best they could do.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang.
So moving on from Rick and Morty, I want to talk about Girl Scout cookies.
You still eating them?
Did we? Oh, I already talked about it on stream.
Yeah, about how many you actually bought.
Oh my god. So I'm currently going through. I ate there's 2 new flavors, and in the last week I've eaten 1 full box of one of the new flavors, and I just started today a 2nd box of the other flavor.
What's the new flavor?
One is called Toffee-tastic, and it's toffee.
You eat that one?
I did eat that one.
Good, bad.
It was good. My only issue with the Toffee-tastic one was that the cookie was like a kind of like a shortbread cookie with chunks of toffee in it. And when you eat the cookie, the cookie part falls apart very quickly. But the toffee part is very dense and very chunky, or very crunchy. So basically, when you start eating it, the cookie sort of you eat cookie for like two chews, and then you're down to just toffee, and you're just eating just straight toffee, which is fine because I like toffee. But if you don't like toffee, it can be a very frustrating cookie. And then the Girl Scout cookie s'mores one is the new box.
Yeah, I got that one actually.
Yeah, and I like them.
I like s'mores.
I love s'mores. I'm known to sometimes in the winter just cook s'mores in my oven because I love s'mores so much. In fact, I really want a s'more right now. Do I have the ingredients for s'mores? I know I have chocolate.
I don't think anyone has graham crackers laying around the house. I stink.
I have wheat. Will that work? I'm gonna go check my s'more stash. I'll be right back.
I really don't want to be this Titan.
I don't have anything to improvise a s'more, so I'm just gonna have chocolate instead. Oh, but the chocolate was in the fridge, so I gotta give it a sec to warm up. So yeah, my Girl Scout cookie stuff is coming along well. And then back to Star Trek because you're not talking about anything, so I gotta freaking carry the stream.
I'm like kind of fighting a lot of things.
I gotta track down Patrick Stewart.
I mean, we did hang out with him. Well,
I know. But I didn't own my TNG box set at the time. But now that I've got my TNG box set signed by Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis, Michael Dorn, and LeVar Burton, I want to get Brent Spiner and Patrick Stewart. But Patrick Stewart's a real busy guy. So I'm having a hard time tracking him down to see if he's coming to any conventions near New York. Even though he lives in New York, so he should, but he doesn't. So it's real hard.
Probably reserved him just finding where he lives.
I don't think he'll be amenable to signing my box set if I show up at his house.
No, but you probably reserved him finding him.
I want the signature. That's my goal.
Do you like these moves? Like, I feel like I'm moving really good, and he's like, I don't care.
Stand by for Titanfall.
That's because I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm Googling Patrick Stewart appearances 2017.
Wind systems under your control.
Well, there's a whole website devoted to actor appearances. That's cool.
Disengaging. Prioritize targets.
How crazy is it that people can like do a show for like a year or two and then literally just go to appearances and just sign their name for the rest of their lives and just make a ton of money?
It's a sweet gig. Can I not respond? I can respond. Nice.
I'm looking at the list of like appearances of people who've been in Star Trek and like what conventions they're going to. And it's like people who have like been in like one episode. And like they're going to like conventions. I'm like, who even cares about me? Whoa, she was in Star Trek? Famke Jensen was in Star Trek?
Cool.
Famke Jensen.
What is that?
She played Phoenix / Jean Grey in the
wow.
original X-Men trilogy. I didn't realize she was in Star Trek.
I love that.
I mean, it's literally one episode. I don't really know that it counts. Apparently, there's a hardcore Star Trek convention in August in Vegas.
Here, give me a minute. I'm gonna go get my sandwich.
All right. What up, chat? Well, chat. Okay. Well, now we got a lot of people showing up for the stream, and you're gonna ruin everything by
I'm just
leaving.
getting a sandwich. I'm literally gonna be right back. It's already made.
All right. Well, hey everybody. Who liked Rick? All the people that didn't hear our Rick and Morty conversation. Who liked Rick and Morty on Saturday night? It was great, right? Such a surprise. So that's cool. And then we're going to a convention and we don't know what to cosplay as. We're thinking something Rick and Morty, but I also like Star Trek. I'm eating chocolate and Pat's going to get a sandwich. So that's our news for today until you guys start throwing stuff out for us. So whatever you guys want to talk about, otherwise we're just going to keep talking about Star Trek and Rick and Morty and eating. Hey, and Pat's back.
Okay. You talking shit?
No, I was talking Star Trek.
No one wants to hear about that. They want to hear about Titanfall. That's why they're here. I feel like I use the chips on stream. It'll be too loud. Like that. What's your opinion on Panera?
Panera is that restaurant you go to when you're like, we need food real quick before this. We go see this movie. Oh, I guess this is around. We'll eat here instead, and that's it. And you just like eat there because it's nearby and you need to eat something, or else you'll die.
I think it's one of those things like when you eat fast food,
Pretty much.
but you don't want to eat
It's like-
unhealthy.
It's fast food that pretends to be like real food.
It's not that bad for you. I mean,
Makes
depending
the
on what
enemy
you
beg
get.
for
Like I get
mercy.
like some turkey. Dang it. I get like this.
Oh damn, Billy D. Williams is going to be at Comic-Con. Lando Calrissian. Lando? You don't know who Lando is?
I do know who Lando is. Lando Calrissian.
Oh, okay, good.
No, because I'm just blanking on his name. I'm blanking on that person.
Right. Well, beloved Dub, give me a recap, Z-Cal. Rick and Morty, Star Trek, Girl Scout cookies, Buffalo Comic Con cosplaying. Pat, the big thing is Pat and I are trying to figure out what to cosplay as. I'm thinking something Star Trek. He's thinking Rick and Morty. Is there anything else that's cheap and ubiquitous enough that we can do it as a group? So that's what we're discussing right now.
I'm
Yo,
not saying
this
you
next.
can't go Star Trek, but I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't go Star Trek. But you can go
Well,
Star Trek.
if you watched one episode of Star Trek, you could do it.
I've probably seen one episode of Star Trek.
We should watch more. Oh God. Oh dear.
What?
So like you know how like there's sometimes where you're like nerdy stuff is good, and then there's other times when you're like, oh, this is playing right into the stereotypes.
Okay.
I'm looking at the website for the Nickel City Comic-Con that we're going to, and it's showing all the cool stuff that's going to be there. And it's like, there's going to be Star Wars thing there. There's going to be the 1966 Batmobile. There's going to be all this stuff. And then there's one that says sci-fi speed dating.
I saw that.
And there's just like this big fat guy wearing a Jedi costume in front of a sign that says there's someone for everyone, sci-fi speed dating. And I'm just like, good Christ. Could you not? No, I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
I don't need to.
It doesn't matter if you don't need to. We should just do it for fun.
Should we do make it a Nerdy Inc. video?
We are now.
Victory can still be ours. Keep fighting.
Can we actually do that?
I don't know if they'll let us film it. I feel like that'll be sort of not filmable.
Let's just break the law.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm on board with that. Trying to think if there's anyone else I care about. It's weird because there's a lot of athletes here.
I don't know why Joe Montana's going.
I'm not really sure why there's a lot of athletes here.
It's Joe Montana,
You almost have
the
your title.
goalie from the USA soccer, or the goalie from the USA hockey team. There's another guy I think who played with Joe Montana.
Who is this person? There's someone from Buck Rogers here, Aaron Gray. I was like, okay. Billy D. Williams, that's cool. Nichelle Nichols, that's great. She's from Star Trek. We got this guy. Who's this guy?
I don't want to shit on the one guy, but like Manu Bennett is coming, and he played Deathstroke in Arrow. And like,
Oh, that's actually, I was just about to ask you. I said, who's Manu Bennett? And I was looking at some guy with an eye patch. It looks like it's from like a cheesy 80s like
Your title.
yeah,
movie.
he played Deathstroke in Arrow, and like he was pretty cool. Like it wasn't like it was bad at all or anything like that. But like he's done. Like he's not doing that role anymore. So at least I don't think so. I haven't actually watched the show in a very long time, but that arc seemed to be finished. So like I don't know. Like has he done anything else?
Stand by for Titanfall.
Zcal says, I bet you are fantastic at hidden camera. Hidden camera with faces. My new camera, I got a new camera. And the problem is, it's very, very, very large. I have a DSLR camera with a really great lens. I guess if I use the close-up lens, though, I could actually get far enough away where it would be fine. But I don't know, there's something kind of mean about that. I feel like that's a mean thing to do. To like hidden camera people at like a dating thing. It'd be one thing if we just sort of like talked about it. But
Just describe it. Just disguise it. as something.
yeah, if we did talk about it, it'd be one thing. But I don't want to videotape people. I feel like that's the line.
See, I don't want to be like jerks and like waste people's time, but I kind of
Yeah.
really want to like see what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, don't you want to learn about people?
Yeah.
Friendly pilot on board.
Defeat is not yet imminent. We can still achieve victory.
Friendly pilot will move for targets. Friendly pilot attacking your target. Friendly pilot responding. Hostile Titanfall detected.
I just ate this whole bar of chocolate.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You wanted to make a s'more.
Destruction of the Titan.
But then I didn't.
Oh.
Skill says can't hear
Cal
you.
can't hear me. Is that true? Does anyone have anything?
Let me listen to the stream. Let me turn on the stream and listen to it.
Yeah, I can turn me up, but
Yeah, lower the game audio.
oh, it's just game. I can upload it easily.
If you lower the game audio, then lower me or raise your. I mean, you can't raise yourself anymore. But
yeah, I can.
unless
I
you
can lower the game.
you can raise yourself, that'd be great. I'm sure.
Wait, so do what?
Either raise yourself or lower the game audio.
There you go. Game's really low. Better. To be fair, I
Gotta
wasn't
wait.
really saying anything.
Gotta
of
wait
importance.
30 seconds.
I wasn't really saying anything of importance anyway, so.
Sounds better to me. Let's wait. Let's wait for the committee. So you're also one last Star Trek thing. This isn't really Star Trek, to be fair. In our long-running series of Mario Party 2 videos,
Watch that shit.
Mario Party 2 videos coming out tomorrow. Would you like to know the title of the video, Pat?
Yes, yes.
Because you're going to hate it.
Oh god.
It is called Fantastic Captain Kirk Impressions.
So you're gonna lie to everybody.
That's the title of the video.
So you're just gonna lie.
No, I'm not lying. I stand by them.
Is it only you who does the impressions, or do all of us do it?
Zach does one as well. I know later in the Let's Play you do one, and Nick does one, but I don't believe it's in this video.
Okay. Zcal wants to know who my favorite Star Trek character is. I don't know the characters that well, but I do know. I know the characters. I'm not an idiot.
Do you wish you were LeVar Burton?
I was gonna say LeVar Burton because of that scene, but it's not really a Star Trek scene. I didn't know if it was gonna count or not. Because that's what I was gonna pick. Because, and I've never.
But I took the wind out of your sails.
What?
I took the wind out of your sail.
Just like that one I would do, but it's like, am I allowed to? I've never seen the TNG. I've only seen the original.
Doesn't your mom like TNG?
And that's no, she likes the original. That's how I know the original.
Oh.
That's how I know it. I'm not like an idiot when it comes to Star Trek. I know it, but I just don't follow it. Probably because my mom likes it.
Well, how does she feel about that? That you're rejecting a fantastic piece of pop culture just because she likes it?
I don't
You're
know.
a bad son.
Of course, she doesn't know that. So.
I'm gonna tell her.
I'm gonna tell my mom.
Yeah.
You're not
Are you
like.
Facebook friends with her?
No.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna go through your Facebook friends right now.
You're not like me, who sends your parents who doesn't know me a Christmas card for myself.
That was great. I'll tell that story while I
You
finish.
tell it.
making
I don't know what really happened.
a fair point.
It's really your idea.
Pat was going to send me a Christmas card because, you know, he's a good friend. And I said, rather than send it to me, send it to my parents' home, because that's how I'm going to go visit my parents for Christmas. Send it there, and I can just grab it there. Whatever. But then, on top of that, I said, I got a better idea. Send it to my parents, but just address it to
Like
my
your family.
family.
Yeah.
Don't address it to Alex specifically. So that way it'll be funny to see them try to like figure out like who this person is. And that's exactly what happened. Is one day they woke me up and they're like, "Hey, Alex, who's Pat? And why is he at?" And it was your girlfriend, who I don't know if you want me to say her name, so I won't.
No, yeah, she was on there, and
And-
another person.
Your pet hedgehog was on there, and they were
makes it
asking,
weird.
like, and they're like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "I don't know. That's weird." They asked my sister, like, "Do you know?" I found your mom. That was easy.
She's like labeled mother.
She's labeled mother to you, not to me.
Yeah.
You think it's funny because you think I'm not gonna message her.
I don't know if she knows you.
You didn't tell your mom about me?
That's what, I don't remember if I did.
Oh man.
Can I eat my sandwich a little bit? Is anyone gonna care?
Eat your sandwich.
I'm eating my sandwich a little bit.
And so my parents were asking everyone who this Pat guy is.
What do you mean everyone? Like, I want to know who everyone is.
My mom asked my sister, my dad, me, then my aunt and my grandmother came
I just
over.
imagine a typical dad being like, I don't know what the hell that is.
And like, yeah, but like the rest of my family, like, do you know this family? Because they started asking, like, maybe they know the last name, like it's a familiar last name in the area. And no one knew who you were. And eventually, I was just like, he's my friend. It was my idea.
Did they just think it was weird?
What?
Did they just think it was weird?
No, because they knew. Once I told them, they knew that must have been my idea, because that sounds like a type of thing I would do. And admittedly, it was. So it's kind of obnoxious how. There's a cosplay. I'm looking at the cosplay contest.
Decal said, we're a scandal.
You never met each other's parents. I know. We like friend eloped.
Well, we kind of just like fell into friendship by accident almost. It was like kind of
Yeah. That's part of the fun that's going to be Buffalo Comic Con, is that we met at the Toronto Comic Con. That was when we first like hung out for the first time. Like, obviously we met through a mutual friend, but that was the day we became friends.
Do you think we became friends that day?
No, because I think you weren't prepared for me.
Well, I showed you Eric Andre, and that was like your first. That was like the first video I showed you. I didn't even know you, and I showed you Eric Andre.
No, but I'm thinking more like there's one thing I said, because this is like I should to anyone who hasn't learned the dynamic at this point. My mind is stupid and just says stupid things the minute they enter my skull, regardless as to whether or not I should say them. And that's not even like an inappropriate thing. That's just like sometimes they're just dumb.
What were some of them that you said?
This, because I'll never forget your reaction to this, which is someone said like he fell on his butt or something, and someone else right afterwards said like, oh yeah, he fell on his ass. And my immediate thought that I said out loud to the whole car was, how crazy is it that ass and butt both mean the same thing and end in double consonants?
Yo, why am I friends with you?
And just like, I just thought that was the most interesting thing. And I just said it out loud, and just your reaction of like, that is so stupid, was priceless.
I completely forgot about that. I threw that away from my mind. But I remember you eating a cinnamon bun, and that was
later. That was because so the first night we got there, we went out to a pizza place, a Toronto pizza place, a Canadian pizza place, and we got this pizza.
Before, so.
And the waitress was like, that pizza's pretty good, eh? And I remember us being so happy that the waitress said "A."
We just stared. We didn't even answer her. We just stared at each other.
Yeah,
like that's all we wanted to hear at the beginning.
And we were making jokes like, how long is it before we're gonna hear an A? We didn't think it would actually happen, like, instantaneously. So that was one thing. Then we went to the con that day. Did we just go the one day, just that Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, that's
I
what I
only
thought.
needed to go one day.
Yeah.
Because we weren't
But-
there to meet anybody. We were just there to kind of go.
Yeah. Then after the con that night, we went out to dinner again, and we got poutine, and we went to that mall.
Yes.
And then I got a Cinnabon, and I forced myself to eat the whole thing because Louis C.K. did that bit about how you like feel terrible after you eat a Cinnabon or whatever.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know why you were eating it. I just know you were eating one, and I have a photo of you eating it.
Oh yeah, no, it's there, but I just remember I ate it because of Louis C.K.'s bit about Cinnabons. And then we had this whole thing. Unfortunately Patrick Stewart was there and I didn't get his signature, but that's because I didn't have my TNG box set, and I was also a poor college student, so I didn't want to pay $70 to meet the guy, because $70 goes a long way when you're in college.
It was $70 to meet him.
Yeah,
We kind of met Rudy almost.
we kind of met Rudy in that, otherwise known as Samwise Gamgee, otherwise known as has a real name. I'm blanking on what it is. He was there, and we just stood like in the crowd. We just went, Rudy, Rudy, Rudy. But we had a bit that we were going to do with Patrick Stewart, which was we went to Burger King that day, or the day before we were driving up to Toronto. And our friend Aaron, our other friend, got a couple cheeseburgers, but then he didn't eat his last cheeseburger. So he's like, I'll save it for later. But then we kind of forgot about it. And then we got back to the hotel room that night, and at this point, the cheeseburger is like 6 hours old. Which you don't
And it
want
was
to
like
eat.
in a pocket the whole time, though. That was weird.
Yeah, it was like it was in like his backpack pocket. And so we had this joke. It's like, what if we go up to Patrick Stewart and have him sign our burger? What if we did that? And we all thought it was hilarious, but then none of us wanted to pay $70 for a joke because we
Probably
were in
would have
college.
lived it.
It would have been fresh. It would have been. I was going to do a Patrick Stewart voice, but then I stopped myself.
We are winning this battle by a large
So yeah, but that would have been fun,
finish this pilot.
but we didn't do it.
I'm thinking about just buying Burger King when we go to the Buffalo one.
Well, Shatner would actually eat it.
Are you gonna show up to Syracuse and then we're gonna drive together?
I will drive you.
Yay! It's gonna be fun. Cause like realistically I can go, but like it'd be way more fun. We'd car rides
Well, the
together.
thing is, we're gonna want to not have a lot of cars because that's the weekend that UB's is graduating. Their graduation.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Let's crash some graduation parties.
we could do that, or we could not go to college parties as adults. Because nothing sounds more awful.
It's not even a college party; it's a graduation party, which means everyone just wants to like enjoy like their last minute moments of college, and then like we show up. Like it'd be so out of place.
It was like, hey, we just met Shatner, and they're like, we just graduated. I'm just like, graduated from Starfleet? What? No one likes Star Trek, Alex. They'll know my name in my mind.
We've already had many conversations.
In this fake fantasy. ZK wants to know, did you guys do any April Fool's stuff? Barely, but not really. I sent out a half-hearted joke in a group chat, and I didn't do anything. Everything else was genuine that day, which was eating and playing Zelda.
You send me a joke.
Well, not you. It
Oh,
was a group
wow,
chat.
thanks, dude.
I
I really
would-
appreciate that.
Victory for us, pilot.
Your audio's too low.
Is it?
No, hi, April Fools.
Ah,
There.
you got me.
Got a joke.
Ah,
Happy?
you did it.
Ah. So yeah, April Fool's Day was a very genuine day for me, which is unusual because I'm usually a horrible, horrible monster on that day.
What's your worst April Fool's joke?
I've got a whole bunch. Okay, do you mean worst as in what is the best prank I did, or worst as in what was the like most damaging prank I did, or what was the most pathetic?
I guess like the meanest / damaging
The meanest slash damaging was Zach from the Let's Plays. I tried to log in on his Facebook, but I didn't know his password. But I did forget your password.
Enemy has claimed a bounty.
And it didn't give me the option to actually to answer the security question, but it sent an email to his recovery email. So I went to his recovery email, and I did forget your password again. That one had a security question I knew the answer to. So I got in, reset his email password, got into his email, then got into his Facebook, reset his Facebook password, then went on his Facebook and just shit posted for a couple hours. And that was the meanest because he was upset that I managed to break into his Facebook.
That's illegal.
No, it's not.
You hacked him. That's illegal.
That's not hacking.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hack anything. I just changed passwords.
You gained unwanted access on a computer. That's what it is. Very
Yeah,
broad.
well, whatever.
So Zach really could have called the police on you.
There's probably a statute of limitations on that.
I think you could at least get sued. It's
That was like
definitely hacking.
That was like 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, I don't think he could do anything now. I mean, if we bring that back up, I will defend him.
No, it wasn't. 'Cause it was April Fool's.
So it's okay.
Yeah. You could stab a guy and be like, just kidding, April Fool's. But that was, yes, that was like the most obnoxious, like, angry, malicious prank I've done.
So what was like
But
the funniest one?
Funniest one. This is my masterpiece, and I will never top it. And that's part of the reason why I don't prank him anymore, is because like everything has been gone downhill since. Which is, around like February, I said, can I borrow season 6 of Seinfeld or season 7 of Seinfeld on DVD? And he's like, sure. So he let me Seinfeld. I take it home, and I put the disc into the TV, into the DVD player, and I record the first 30 seconds of the disc. Meaning I got the FBI warning, I got the Columbia
So
TriStar
you did
logos.
yet again something illegal. Because you literally record the thing that they say don't record.
No, they said don't. They said you can't distribute. It's for home use only. You cannot sell it or showcase it in a theatrical setting.
Okay.
So shut up. And then I recorded the first 30 seconds of the main menu. I take all that footage and I put it on a disc, and I lower the volume by a lot. And then at the end of that, couple, 15, 20 seconds, I put a very, very loud scream, and then like a little dancing Yoshi and some like just funny, goofy things. It just says, Zach is stupid, Alex wins, in this little song, this little jingle. I burn it onto a disc. Then I scan the disc, the real disc, into my computer, so I have the image of what the disc looks like. And I print it off on a label, and I put it on the dummy disc.
God, you did so much.
And then I give this back to him in like March, like early March. And so I just had to hope that he didn't watch Seinfeld. But now April Fool's Day rolls around. How do I get him to watch Seinfeld? Well, he's a big fan of the band The Who. And so I told his mother, I texted his mom, and I was like, later today when Zach's home, tell him that your coworker found a Who joke in episode whatever of Seinfeld. That was the episode that was on that disc. But I needed to misdirect him, because otherwise that's a really weird thing if you're going to get pranked that day. So the whole day, I spent the day basically saying, hey, go on your computer, blah, blah, trying to make him think that there's something on his computer that was pranky. And that was that. And they put it in, and it was loud noise, and he got scared, and it was great.
Wow.
Right?
What did you say?
I said it was great.
I feel bad for him.
I wish I was there to see it. That's my only downside. or regret is that I couldn't have actually. I wasn't actually able to see it. So Pat, are we doing this cosplay contest or what?
It depends on what we're not gonna win.
I don't know. It's Buffalo.
Still,
Do, those people, do they try up there?
Yeah, there's great cosplay everywhere you go.
I don't know, man. My Captain Kirk cosplay is pretty damn good.
See, you're just gonna go Captain Kirk. You're just gonna wear the shirt.
But it's a nice shirt. It's the Admiral one from Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, but that's not like good cosplay. That's just you wearing a shirt. You could wear that any day of the week.
I mean, I could. Why don't I? Why don't more people just dress up like Captain Kirk? Anyway, there's a charity auction. We're not gonna. I don't know about that. Maybe instead of nerdy stuff. There's no real exhibitors. That is a long way to go. Yes, Zeke-Hal, that is a long way to go for a prank, but April Fool's Day is worth it. Unfortunately, that was the best prank I've ever done, and therefore, I did it. But then here's my most pathetic prank. Are you ready? Like, this is just sad.
Okay.
I had a test on April 2nd. It was a big chemistry test, and I just really, I needed to study because I was not good at chemistry. But I still needed to prank him, but I didn't put any thought into it because I needed to do chemistry. And I read online there's this funny prank. It's like, if you put a raisin in his toothbrush, it comes out and just looks all shitty, like a bug, like a bug crawled in there. So I told his mom, "Can you shove a raisin in the toothbrush?"
She didn't even do it.
No, I was studying for a test. Here's the problem with this: was that his mom apparently didn't have raisins, so all she had was chocolate chips, and B didn't put it in the toothbrush. In the toothpaste, she just put it on the toothbrush. So that night, he walks in, he's like, "I gotta brush my teeth." Looks down, ooh, piece of candy. Eats the candy. He's like, "All right, that was pleasant." Off to bed. It's like, you ruined the prank.
I mean, you should have just did it.
I couldn't. I didn't have a car at the time. I was only 14, and I had a test. I had a chemistry test.
Wow, you're a dork.
What do you want? Is this new news? So that was my most depressing prank. Yo, you just got blasted.
I did. I wasn't happy with that one. I've been talking too much to you, so my skills have just gone downhill.
I understand.
Oh, look at... Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
We are losing by a lot. We must focus to achieve victory.
So, I want to go back to the steak thing, but let's go back to the steak thing.
Okay.
A little bit. How rare do you like your steaks?
I forget. I think it's the medium. I think it's either medium or medium well.
Medium well?
I don't even know what they are, dude. I honestly, I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, well, how do I like them? And she tells me. What are they?
How much blood do you like? It's rare, medium, and well. You're on a scale from rare to medium, or from rare to well. Rare is the bloodiest, well is the most cooked.
I probably like it. I don't like it chewy.
Okay.
So isn't that well?
I think chewy is tough, yes. I like mine rare to medium rare. I basically like it just so that the inside of the steak is warm. I don't want the inside of the steak to still be cold. But just barely, because I still want the steak to be bloody and shit.
And shit.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be cold. That's my cutoff, is if the center is still cold, then I'm like, eh. I don't know about this.
So am I the weird one, or are you the weird one?
You're the weird one if you like it well.
Do I like it well because it's not chewy?
I don't know. How red do you like your steak?
I don't know.
How do you not know? You're not eating your own steaks?
I just don't care. I ask my girlfriend, I say, how do I like them? And she tells me. So if we ever break up, I have no idea how to eat steak anymore.
Can you ask her?
No, she's busy.
Well, text her.
She's busy. The way I communicate with her does not change her schedule.
Well done should be illegal. That's right, Zeke. Have you ever had it blue? Is
I
blue?
probably don't like it well done, unless that's what I'm describing to you. I think medium is how I like it.
Have you ever had it blue? Is blue when it's basically the inside is? I've never heard it described as blue. If you're describing incredibly rare, or you're just making a joke. I'm not getting it, which is entirely possible.
Wait, I don't want to be weird. Am I thinking of the right thing? I think either medium. Is there medium well?
Medium well is just slightly less cooked than well, but still too cooked.
I think there's a medium. There's at least a medium in there, if not just
Well,
medium.
there's a medium in everything. Medium just means in between.
Yeah, no shit. I know the definition of medium. I'm just trying to tell you.
If you say, is there a medium? Of course there's a medium. If you have two things, there's always going to be a medium. It's not binary.
All right, let's move on. I don't know how I like my steak.
It's below rare. No, Ezekiel, I've never had it blue then, just because, like I just said, I like my steaks to still be warm in the middle. Cold in the middle would be weird to me, just because I like I like a hot meal. I don't want cold meat. All right, you want us to move on. What's the amazing topic you had planned for us for conversation? Or did nothing, and you just want to deflect the fact that you don't know how to cook a steak?
It's not that. Well, I definitely don't know how to cook it. Well, I guess I do know how to cook a steak. You just put it on the fucking grill. But I don't know how I like my steaks cooked, which is probably worse. Because, like I said, if me and my girlfriend it ever doesn't work out, I don't know how to eat steak anymore. Nothing here but his trees. I'm not doing well.
Yeah, blue rare is basically where it's just been lightly seared on the outside of it, but it's completely...
Like, what's the point of eating? What's the point of, like, even going to a restaurant? Like, just buy a piece of meat and just eat it. Why don't you? Don't you want it cooked?
The thing is... Oh my god, you're so tiny.
Me?
Yeah.
How?
I'm going through your mom's photos on Facebook, and I can only see the ones that you're tagged in. Those are the only ones that are visible to me, and this is one of you holding a puppy.
Is it a beagle?
Yeah.
That's my dog, Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah. She's a rescue. I think she is.
What is one thing you wouldn't eat, or like the most obscure thing that you would? I think I would eat most animals, I guess, that aren't insects.
See, that's the real thing. Insects, dude. Nobody wants to eat insects.
I draw the line at, well, I know people who have eaten cockroaches before. And to me, I just couldn't do that. No, I couldn't. But like, if you were to cook, like, there are some animals I would really be interested to try. Like I really want to try shark.
Okay.
I really want to have a ostrich egg, like an omelet made with an ostrich egg or something like that. That'd be cool.
Aren't ostrich eggs like huge?
Yeah.
So is that like a giant omelet?
Well, I'd have to split it, but like, I'm curious if the egg would taste different, or if it would just taste exactly the same. I don't know. That's why I would have to try it. I've never had horse meat, but I'm not sure why I haven't, because I can't imagine it's much different than any other meat, right? And if horse meat is good, then I would be interested to move on to zebra meat, because that just sounds fun.
Are zebras and horses that different? I don't know the anatomy of both, so.
I would assume so. So I'd like to try zebra meat once I try horse meat to see if they're different. So shark, ostrich, zebra, and horse are the things I'd like to try.
So you like want to try that? Like, to me, I'd imagine someone like coming up to me and being like, "We'll give you like $100,000, but you got to eat something weird." You know what I mean?
Zeke would eat horse, right? I can't. I mean, how different is a horse from a cow in that what you would find disgusting about eating a horse? That was a question directed at you, Pat.
Oh, I did not know. I'm like trying to fight in a war here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just think horses are like more useful, and like they become such a, like, it's more of a personal animal, like a cat and a dog. You know what I mean? Like they're pets. They're useful. People like them. Or like cows are just they are seen as food. You know?
That's just because you're conditioned to think that.
But that's what I'm saying. I think majority like society is.
I don't know. Bison have like serve functions, but we also eat them. I had a good old bison burger.
Yeah, but it's not like a horse. You know what I'm saying? Like we like race horses and stuff.
That's true. Yeah, well, that's still forcing the horse for your
I'm not arguing.
bending the horse to your will.
What I'm telling you is that people are conditioned to not really see horses as food.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm not. And like, I think the reason people don't want to eat it, well, it's probably expensive. Like a cow, they're like, I don't want to say they're like mass produced, but like, they're not like a horse. Like horses are fast. You know how fast a cow is? And not that fast. Like I think horses would be harder, and then so that would also be more expensive, and people aren't gonna want to like pay a ton of money for a horse.
Would you eat shark?
Yeah. I guess depending, like I don't like sushi, so I wouldn't want to eat like raw shark. But if you were like, I don't know how shark is cooked.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm actually curious about shark. Well, actually, what I'm really curious about, but I don't know that I would eat it just because I think the animals are cute. But I'd be curious to eat dolphin.
Is that illegal?
Yeah, probably. But my reasoning is because aren't dolphins mammals?
Yeah.
So like,
you think you should eat something because it's a mammal? Have you ever eaten people?
Oh, no, I'm not saying all mammals should. I'm not saying all mammals should be eaten, but I'm saying it's like a fish, but it's also a mammal.
It's not a fish.
So like,
it's just not a fish. It's just a mammal.
I understand, but like, does it taste more like what is it? Because like fish, to me, fish is very flaky and has a very specific flavor, and mammals are very different from that. And I'm curious.
You want to know if a dolphin tastes fishy? Is basically what you said.
Yeah, because it lives in the ocean. It's surrounded by water and fish all day.
Yeah, I don't know what makes the fishy taste fishy. I'm assuming it's the salt water. Well, no, because salmon.
Yeah, but salmon don't live in salt water though. That's
exactly.
The thing.
Yeah, so I wonder if it is just like the water and.
Is it the fact they're just marinating in salty brine all day, and that's what makes them taste like fish?
You should try Googling it. We have one friend who doesn't Google it, doesn't Google things at all. Anybody else had that friend? Does anybody else have that one friend that doesn't Google a damn thing and just asks you?
And they just ask you questions endlessly.
And then when you call him or her out on it, but really him, when you call him out on it, he gets all mad that you don't Google things and then just holds it over you. You know anybody like that, Alex?
Zcal wants to know if we would eat penguin meat.
It's an Eric Andre skit. No, because I like penguins a lot.
My opposition to penguin meat would be less about the fact that I think they're adorable, which they are. Is I feel like penguin meat would be very blubbery and very fatty.
Yeah, like a lot of these things I feel like we don't eat because like people don't actually, like people have tried to eat everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of weird how like someone drank out of a cow though, right?
I doubt they drank out of a cow. Wow, that guy nailed me. I think what really happened was they noticed them, like the calf drinking from the mom, and was like, I want to try some of that.
What's your position on veal?
I never eat it. I never had it, so.
Oh.
I think it's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to get on a soapbox or anything like that, but it's definitely treated differently. Like the way you prepare a calf is not just like you let a calf roam around like you do a cow. It's
Yeah,
definitely,
you lock it in a cage, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, just if you don't know that, you can form your own opinion, but I would encourage you to know how veal is made. Because we're not we're not here to get on soapboxes here at Nerdy Inc. We're just here to be nerds.
I like veal. Like the times I've had it, my grandmother can make some damn fine veal cutlets, but like I've never been blown away with veal in particular. I like full-grown steak, and I love lamb. Lamb is like a number one.
That pilot is not.
I don't know if I might have had lamb in like Irish dishes during St. Patrick's Day, but I've never just like someone was like, "Hey, we're having lamb today." You know what I mean?
Get some of those little tiny like, they look like mini T-bone steaks at the grocery store. If you get them, it's just like lamb chops. I don't know what the official like cut of the lamb is, but if you get like 5 or 6 of those, because they're small, and you just season them and just sear them a bit, and those things are so naturally flavorful, you don't gotta do nothing.
Don't gotta do nothing.
I just realized I never put on Facebook that we're streaming.
You are awful at your job.
Very good job, pilot.
You should probably do that right
You
now.
probably should have tweeted at like Respawn
An hour.
Entertainment, because Titanfall is usually pretty cool about people playing the game. But you missed that. Realistically, I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Well, too bad I already posted on Facebook anyway. I think veal is really good. Yeah, veal is good. I just something about steak and lamb is just too good. What do you put on your hot dogs? What is your hot dog situation?
I don't put anything on it because I don't really like mustard. If I am gonna put something on it, I put like that. I've had like, it's not like yellow mustard. I put on like some special mustard, but it's not honey mustard either.
Spicy mustard or Dijon or something?
It's probably spicy. I've had like a Jack Daniel's mustard, but I don't really like anything on my hot dogs just because I don't really like mustard, and that's what you put on hot dogs.
Gotcha.
Why? What do you do?
Man, usually I like sauerkraut, onions, and mustard.
You're just one of those people who just can't have a hot dog.
Still be one.
I mean, I like a chili dog. I didn't realize that was part. Like a chili dog to me is a different meal.
Chili cheese dog.
Yeah, I mean that's a different meal though. When you put chili on something, it becomes a chili, whatever it is. I don't say like, because like not everyone. You have to make chili. It's not like, hey, what do you want on your hot dog? You're like, I want.
And you can't just pop. It's not like mustard. You can just pop out of the fridge and
Yeah,
squirt it.
and you can't inconvenience someone being like, do you have any chili? And they had to make chili and stuff.
Zcal's brought relish into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, leave the stream, please.
Well, no, I'll entertain it. Here's my issue with relish: is that most relish that I've ever had or been offered has been sweet relish, and sweet relish is trash. I hate sweet pickles. Pickles should not be sweet. Pickles should be briny and bitter and vinegary. So, I'm not super into to relish, at least the relish that I've had.
I've never even had relish before.
Well, you should relish the opportunity sometime.
Oh god. Alright, this is gonna be my last game probably, next one.
Alright.
Unless anybody wants to fight that, but
You know what I've been I was really craving and I had this weekend, and I was really happy that I got a chance to eat it this weekend?
friends? Oh, eat it.
Pulled pork. Pulled pork is great.
Okay.
and I got to have it with a little bit. I throw a little bit of coleslaw on top of that. You're cooking. And I really like ribs. I make a mean rack of ribs.
You're just saying like things that a majority of people like.
Well, I'm thinking about food.
Yeah, these are just like these are such popular meat dishes. It's not like oh, I love eating tarantula or squirrel.
My grandfather liked squirrel.
Seems like a grandfather thing to eat.
Yeah, he grew up in the Depression. What do you expect?
Yeah, like it doesn't seem like you don't hear like a 18-year-old kid being like, "Hey, I really enjoy a good squirrel." But like old people would be like, "I remember when I had to eat squirrel."
I like rabbit. Rabbit's good.
I never had rabbit. There was a bunny outside my house the other day, but like not a bunny, like literally a newborn bunny.
Did you kill it?
No, I watched it and I said, "Happy Easter."
We had it when I was in college. There was a bunny that was outside our building, and one of the RAs in my building was a big chef, and he wanted to kill it and cook it.
There's always that one asshole who's like, "Oh, let's eat it." Like it's like, "Oh, you're so edgy and original, dude. Good joke." And I'm not like, if you're a chef and you like to cook rabbit, I'm not trashing you. I'm trashing the dipshits who always make those stupid cliche fucking jokes. You know what I'm talking about, Alex? I'll go off right now about those people.
Go off.
Give me your RA's number, and I'm gonna call him right now. But I mean, it's always, it's the same people. It's like, when you see a cow, like when you're walking by or something, you see a cow, and then there's always that one dipshit who you don't even know why you invited him, and he's just like, "Look, hamburgers." Good joke. You just I never heard that one before, Dad. God, do you know what I'm talking about? Am I an asshole here? I feel like everyone's looking at me like I'm an asshole.
I've got his number right here.
Give it to me. I'll call him right now.
761.
Don't say it over the chat, you idiot.
No, I wasn't going to.
Okay, I thought you were just gonna text it to me. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll call him on stream, but like, I don't want to like everyone calling him.
No, I thought it'd be funny to.
When did he make the joke? Because that makes it even better. That if I just call him, it's like, hey, do you remember you made this joke about like 3 years ago? And his first answer will be like, who is this?
You can't tell me you know me.
I wouldn't. I would just call him and be like, I know who you are. Say his full name. Oh yeah, and Z-Cal's helping me out again. Yeah, like tip the cow. Like you just say jokes that aren't funny in general, but like they're so overdone and cliche, and it's like, like no one's laughing, and no one ever laughs, or they get that nervous laugh. You know what I mean? It's like that's like I'm gonna kill it, and like usually there's like people around who like seeing the rabbit and stuff, and they're like, wow, that's so cute, this little rabbit, and then they're just like, we should kill it, like just to be like a dick to those people. I hate you. I hate whoever this person is.
Well, you got his number now. I just sent it to you.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You did?
You can call him and say, "Did you ever catch the Marcy rabbit?" Ask him the Marcy rabbit, because that was the building he was in, and just be like, "Did you ever catch? Why did you ever catch and cook the Marcy rabbit?" Blah blah blah.
Just like really
It's a
trash
dad
him.
joke. No one wanted you to kill that rabbit.
Yeah, just go off on
There's
him.
a good chance he might not remember, because this was like 3 years ago.
That's
now.
even funnier.
But-
Like he'd be like afraid. Even if I say his full name, he'll be like, "Who is this?"
Like, I don't want you to say his full name on stream.
I wouldn't say it on stream, but I feel like I've been talking such a big game. If I don't like say anything, I'm like a loser. I'm a weenie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I talked a big game, but I realistically don't want to like ruin this man's good time. I'm trying to respect him as a regular human being, because even though people tell shitty cliche jokes, that does not mean they're not human beings.
2 down. Keep it going.
Zach said text him. But then I was going to call him from a black number.
Yeah, call him, block the number.
Because I really don't want someone like calling me back and being like, why are you yelling at me?
Pilot,
Oh wow, there's so many people right in there. Whoa.
we are behind, but there's
In that little cave thing.
victory. Focus.
What is that big yellow pipe on the ground?
I don't know. They're doing something down here. I think this was a plane crash. or like a spaceship crash. So.
See, Cal tells you to text him.
See, I can't. I
Don't-
definitely can't text him. You
Yeah,
gotta
don't
call.
text him.
And it's way more personal because you got to hear like when I get upset, when like, oh okay. Like he has to know I'm upset that he told boring cliche jokes that he thought was edgy. Because tell me, was there not somebody who liked the rabbit?
Oh, all the females we were with were upset, and then he said, "I'm gonna catch it and kill it," and he even threw his Halloween mask at it.
And they were all like upset, right? They're probably like, hey, that's a dick move. I like the rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Like, eat shit. Because, like, you're just doing it because you think, like, you're edgy. And, like, also, because you're telling me they were all girls at the time.
Yeah.
So, like...
I mean, not all girls. There were a couple guys.
But I'm just saying, like, the way you described it, like, all the girls liked the rabbit and thought it was cool that there was a rabbit.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, dude, you're just killing it with the ladies. Like, way to go. It's just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be really shitty to these girls. That's really going to that's going to get me friends and girlfriends and all this nonsense. Well done.
Well, I was there, and I can tell you that it didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe that will surprise you.
I'm just telling you the logic. Like, anyone who wants to do that. Because, like, everybody does it. I'm not just saying, like, this one guy does it. Everybody does it. Everybody right now, comment right in the chat. I don't care what you do. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, let me know. Because there's always those dicks who think that they're real funny, original, and edgy. And really they're just being dickholes. And everyone doesn't like you and doesn't think you're funny. I know what you're saying, Alex. Who hurt Pat?
I'm not.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? I feel like I'm being an asshole.
No, I understand completely where you're coming from. I've been in a good mood lately, so I haven't had a good rant in a while.
I feel like the
I don't know
chat
what
wasn't
it-
backing me up either, so I was like, ah, man. What if they're the people who make those jokes?
I think we have a better chat than that. But I haven't gone on a good rant in a while, which is weird for me. When I was in high school and college and was in my angsty teens, I would go on a rant an hour.
I'm sure everybody loved you, too.
Everyone did. I was good fun. But now I'm an adult and like I'm happy with my life, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
you know
I
what?
had to dig deep for that stuff. That was back in high school. That only happened in high school when people like said those stupid jokes. Because I didn't hang out with shitty people in college. And in high school, like you don't really know how to be a regular person in high school, you know?
correct.
You can't be yourself.
Someone asked me the other day that just said, like, what was your most embarrassing moment? And I said, can a moment span 6th grade to 9th grade? Can I have a 3-year moment?
You heard my most embarrassing moment, right?
I don't know, maybe.
The bingo one.
What?
Bingo.
Oh, yeah, I did hear
I'm
that.
saving that one for another day to tell the people.
We don't want to give all our good stories. I told a good April Fool's story, so that ought to tide everyone over.
Yeah, and I
tonight.
went on a rant, so that's all you get.
But we'll save the bingo story for next time. Or some other time, who knows. But like, it's just funny because when you're in middle school and you want to be different, but just like you realize that no one can be different because there's like 20 billion people in the world. So you're not original.
What?
Saying like in middle school, you want to be different. You want to be like, you want to fit in, but you also like kind of want to be rebellious.
Or like you don't want to conform, but instead you like become gothic or something, but you just conform to their style.
Yeah, and like I didn't become a goth kid. Like
You as a
I
goth
don't know.
would be hilarious. Oh my god, can we go goth one episode?
Keep fighting.
let's have a goth episode.
Honestly,
Sure.
I mean I can't do the makeup obviously, but like if someone knows how to do the makeup and wants to goth us up,
The goth makeup is you put black lipstick on.
well, I don't really know how to put lipstick on. I don't know what you do in your spare time.
You
but-
take a stick, you twirl it, and you smear it on your lips. The hell?
I don't think
what's
it's that
the
easy.
mystery? What's the mystery?
I don't think it's that easy.
I think it is.
But nonetheless, no, because you gotta get the eyeliner. You gotta goth up, man. You gotta paint your nails black.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, dude, come on. All right, we want to goth up. we're gothing up at least one episode of something that we do either now or in the future.
Yeah. But I don't know what niche I would consider myself in. Like, I guess probably the video game nerds. But I was also into writing terrible comics. And what else did I do? I made terrible jokes. And then ZCal brings up an excellent point, which is, you know how every once in a while, like, middle schoolers try to be random, and like being random is like the ultimate goal. Like, I'm so random.
Yeah.
You ever notice how whenever someone says like when a middle schooler is trying to be random, they say like pie, or like, I like pie.
Oh,
They
God.
mention pie. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
like, and you know what, man? The I Like Turtles kid did it, and it was funny.
because that was so heartfelt and so
Yeah.
genuine.
And it was like the first time we really saw that too.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh my God, you don't get it. You don't get the jokes. And I mean, I can't talk shit. I mean, that was definitely me too. That was all of us. We've all been there.
Like, when I have a kid, ideally, I would like to have a kid be born at like 3 years old.
You want your child just to come out of the womb at 3 years old.
At 3 years old, and then the minute he hits 12, turn into an 18-year-old.
Oh God, like all these bastards coming at me. No.
I understand that that's physically impossible, but if I could skip the middle school and early high school years, that'd be great.
It's a tough year.
What?
I said those are tough years.
Yeah. And then I don't know about your family, because this is more dependent on your age, and of like the age of your relatives. But for me, the way my relatives were all spaced out, like my cousins, I always had one cousin who was in the cha-cha-cha phase of singing Happy Birthday.
Oh, don't bring that one up. That one's worse than what I just talked about.
Oh no, I got this is as close to a rant you're gonna get out of me. Like I was that kid, and then I came out of that phase and I realized, oh, saying cha-cha-cha in Happy Birthday is fucking stupid. But right when I finished up that phase, my sister got into it. So we had to go through like 2 years of my sister doing it, and I thought I was out of the woods. But then my second cousin started doing it, and then it was her sister. And then when my second cousin was out, I was like, oh, I think we're good. Then my other cousin started, and like, so it was like 14 years of like one kid thinking he was being cool. Like, I'm gonna add something to the birthday song, and no one's gonna see it coming. I'm gonna say cha cha cha.
It's been an age-old joke that's been passed down.
I know, and like, it's fucking sucks.
I get it. Oh man. All right. Well, that's it for the stream. I'm sure we offended one of you. We had to have pissed off somebody.
As long as we don't have any middle schoolers or people that make cow jokes.
Hey, this game is rated M for mature, so you know you better get. So if you make
Should've
cow
been-
jokes or you're a middle schooler, you're not in the mature category.
Realistically, I should probably be setting our streams for mature, but I don't know how to do that.
Is this game rated mature? I don't know anymore. Ever since I turned the right age.
I'm sure. Fair point. Is there?
Are you rated mature? Titanfall 2?
How do I say if a stream is from mature viewers or not?
I think you gotta go in the settings.
Because that's something I should probably do.
Let's see. Is Titanfall 2 rated? I think it's 16 plus. So I actually think it is rated teen. I don't know.
Broadcast language English community. Oh.
We're the ones who rate it mature. 'Cause we're crazy. We're crazy guys.
It's a game. All right, get out of there, little thing. I don't know how to say a stream should be rated mature
It's in
or
the
a
settings,
stream.
dude.
Oh, here it is.
Did they even ask you to? Oh yeah, it is rated M. All right, I figured it's pretty violent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Ever since we got more and more ranty, I'm gonna say it's inappropriate for younger audiences. You may never broadcast sexual activity, nudity, threats, or extreme violence. Well, I didn't do that.
All right.
There we go.
Well, I think we did all we could do.
I think we did as well.
Let's call this one a night. Thanks everyone for joining and putting up with us. Yet again.
Indeed. We have good fun here on
Always.
Nerdy Inc.
Tune in next week when we goth it up.
Oh God, next week.
I don't know.
It's Goth Week.
I don't know.
Now we should save that for a time we're together, because that way we can goth off each other.
I agree.
That sounded weird.
It did sound weird. I'm into it though. We got to get someone who can goth us up.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
real into this now. I hope I don't turn into loving it. And now I like go into work and I'm goth, but I'm like,
You have a latent goth phase of like 10 years.
yeah, I go into work and I'm really like, this is all stupid, man. Like, what am I doing this? And I get fired.
I'm living in a cube. I'm working in a cube, man. I'm boxed in.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in.